All right, good afternoon. I'm Lee County Commission Chairman Mike Greenwell. Thank you for joining us for an update on Hurricane Helene, which we are expecting will bring strong winds and localized flooding tomorrow. I'd like to recognize my fellow commissioners, Cecil Pendergrass, Commissioner Ray Sandelli, and Commissioner Brian Hammond. I would also like to recognize County Manager Dave Harner, Public Safety Director Ben Abus, and Sheriff Carmine Marcino. Thank you for all being here today. We will now provide an update on Hurricane Helene, Lee County operations, and I will now turn it over to Public Safety Director Ben Abus.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon, everyone. Our Emergency Operations Center this morning entered a partial activation at 7 a.m. We're at a level 2. And as you're aware, Hurricane Helene has just transitioned into a hurricane with 80-mile-an-hour winds. Due to Helene's position, we anticipate the arrival of inclement weather overnight tonight and certainly by tomorrow morning. This is a very large and broad storm. So even though it's expected to be well offshore, most of our county will experience tropical storm force winds and inclement weather throughout the day tomorrow. Although we expect the storm to pass by us and the winds to potentially subside by tomorrow night, we need you to be aware that we may still experience storm-related events heading into Friday. That may include storm surge in low-lying and coastal areas as the high tide cycles coincide with rainfall and the continuing onshore winds. We expect that this will be much like what we saw with Hurricane Debbie, both on the coast and along the Caloosahatchee River. Areas that flooded during Hurricane Debbie are likely to flood again. So if you're in one of those areas, or you're in a home that is still going through Ian-related repairs, we have help for you today. Lee County is opening 2 safe havens today at 3 p.m. They are a safe place for anyone who does not feel secure in their housing situation and who perhaps does not have a friend's home or a family member's home that they can evacuate to. These 2 safe havens will remain open tomorrow as we monitor the conditions. The locations of the safe havens are the North Fort Myers Recreation Center and the Estero Recreation Center. And again, these will open at 3 p.m. today. Lee Tran will provide transportation for those who need assistance getting to these safe havens. Please visit leegov.com or look at our county social media pages for more information about Lee Tran and accessing these facilities. Remember, these are safe havens, not shelters. At this time, we are not opening any hurricane shelters, and we are not calling for any mandatory evacuations. That's not to say, though, that if you don't feel safe in your current housing situation, that you should not leave. If you are in a low-lying area or one of the areas prone to flooding, implement your plan. Stay with a family member or a friend nearby, or come to one of these 2 safe havens. We are asking all of our media partners to help us communicate that, again, no evacuation shelters are open and no evacuation orders have been issued. I have a couple of other important operational updates from the county as well. Earlier today, we issued information about these operational adjustments and closings, and we encourage everyone to visit leegov.com to see the complete list, but a couple of these highlights. First of all, our county offices will be closed on Thursday, but that does not mean that everyone will be off work. Of course, we'll have hundreds of employees that will be working to address the storm-related conditions and the impacts after the winds subside. The Department of Community Development asks that anyone in unincorporated Lee County with water intrusion into their homes, or those who are in the special flood hazard area that sustain wind damage, contact us for assistance with permit requirements and resources after the storm. Our parks will be closed tomorrow, and so will our libraries. We know that with school not being in session, many parents may seek these locations, considering these as good resources with the kids out of school. But we ask that you stay home instead, and remember that our libraries have a number of electronic resources that you can access from home. Some of our parks facilities will also be closing early today, and we encourage you to visit our website for more information on those closures. If Lee County Solid Waste provides your waste collection, and your regular collection day is tomorrow, Please do not place your bins at the curb. No collections will happen tomorrow. Instead, put your trash out Friday morning. Lee-Tran is also adjusting its operations, and there will be no Lee-Tran buses that will run tomorrow. The emergency information hotline is now active. So if you have questions that are non-emergency, please call 211 or dial 239-433-3900 for non-urgent matters, including sandbag distribution sites, closures, and real-time updates. Again, that number is 211 or 239-433-3900. Of course, if you have an emergency, please don't hesitate to call 911. And finally, if you're able to stay home this evening and tomorrow while Helene passes by, stay home. Don't drive through flooded roadways. Don't plan unnecessary travel. We invite you to stay in touch with us on social media and through our county website. And please monitor your local meteorologists, as well as the National Weather Service and the National Hurricane Center. And now I'll turn it over to Carmine Marcino, our sheriff.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Ben Ames, and County Manager Horner, and our County Commission. Appreciate it very much. The Lee County Sheriff's Office Incident Management Team is standing by and actively monitoring Hurricane Helene. At this time, we have secured all our assets around the entire county, and this is due to the impacts of Helene, the flooding and stuff like that. If you haven't prepared for this hurricane, this is the time to do so. You know, Mother Nature's unpredictable. Your loose items around the household, you know, tables, chairs, and stuff that could blow around. Expect the worst and prepare for the worst and pray for the best, and that's what we do. Make sure you have enough hurricane supplies and medicine to last you throughout the duration of a few days. Obviously, have a plan with your family, and make sure that you have an evacuation plan. It's 3 parts of a storm. It's before, during, and after. And despite that it's not making a direct landfall, we do anticipate the impacts of that, you know, in the lower coastal flooding type of areas, and continue to monitor social media. But understand that we have unfortunately been through these types of hurricanes, and Mother Nature changes quickly. So we all have to be ready, and we have to have a plan in place, and know the great residents of Lee County can rest knowing that our sheriff's office and me as the sheriff will make certain that they're going to be safe. Our assets are everywhere in the county as we speak. So no matter where we need to deploy, if need be, it's at the press of a button. And we are ready for everything and anything. The EOC is partially staffed by the Lee County Sheriff's Office, and we always work great with our county partners. And again, I think the biggest message here is to be prepared and to make sure that at home you're doing everything on your end to tighten up your homes and be ready, because we know what we need to do, and there's no I in team, so we need the team, which is the residents, again, to just take care of your house, take care of your family members, make sure you're ready for what comes your way, and rest well, because we are no stranger, unfortunately, to what happens during storms. We will be out in full force, making certain that if someone needs medical assistance, if someone needs to call 911, we are there for our residents, and their safety is paramount, number one, and we'll make certain of it. I appreciate you helping me get the message out, and appreciate all the work that you do, Commission, and Dave and Ben. This team is great. We've been through it before, and we will continue on, and that's the beauty of living in Southwest Florida, right? We have beautiful beaches and palm trees, but that tropical weather can heat up at any time, and the unpredictability. So together we'll make sure everybody's safe, and thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Commissioner Greenwell. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sheriff. All right, thank you for attending the press conference today. Our media partners are key to help us get the message out, so thank you for being here, and thank you for helping us and get the word out to the community. So at this time, we will take a few questions. Ben, would you like to come up and answer any questions they might have?
Any questions?
Love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.